All right, Darksider. So I want to come on and respond to this. I didn't have time to set up everything. You can see the lights are kind of set up behind me, but I didn't have time to do like our normal video. But I do want to address what went on with Gina Carano and her being let go from The Mandalorian. You probably know at this point that she will not be in season 3 of The Mandalorian because of a tweet that she put on Twitter. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the fact that Disney let her go. I want to know your thoughts on the whole idea of cancel culture, all of it. Now, I've seen a lot of people talk about what happened here. There's a lot of thought on both sides as to whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. I do want to do this, though, before I get into my thoughts about what happened to Gina and whether I think it was appropriate or not. And I do have an opinion on that, and I will share that in this video. I want to read the tweet that was the straw that broke the camel's back, because she did say some stuff earlier on that got people upset with her and said that she should have been sent packing then, but apparently this was the straw that broke the camel's back. So this is what she said in a tweet recently. It says, Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazis, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, interesting that she said that, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? So you probably already know, she doesn't try and hide this, that Gina is a conservative, and she's a proud conservative. So this post was really comparing conservatives and folks that are upset at conservatives for, I guess, their position or their beliefs, and comparing them to the persecution that Jews were going through during the concentration camps and during that time. So let me just comment on that statement in and of itself, which I will just say unequivocally is a stupid statement because it's not true. Now, as to the other stuff that she mentions here in this with the history and the government priming Jews and neighbors to turn on each other, I have no idea whether that's true or not. I don't know if that's a conspiracy theory. I don't know. I haven't looked all of that up. But that's not the broader point of what I'm trying to make about this tweet. The tweet was stupid because it's not true. And it's unfortunate if Gina really feels like it's appropriate to make a statement like this and compare what's going on today with how conservatives are being treated and make it analogous to what happened to Jews during the Holocaust. That's insane. That's just flat out not true. And I don't think there's anybody that's watching this video in full honesty that can say, yeah, that's an appropriate comparison. It's just not a good comparison. Now, the question is whether or not actresses like Gina and others should be able to say whatever they want to say and not suffer any consequences for it, because they have the right to say it, and everybody has the right to say what they want to say. Listen, this is America. First Amendment reigns supreme. You can say what you want to say. Gina has that right. I have that right. You have that right. But the question is, should she suffer ramifications for what she said? Now, apparently Disney has said yes. Apparently Lucasfilms has said yes, and she's gone. She will not be in season 3 of The Mandalorian, nor any plans that they had to use her moving forward are in play because she has been fired for what she said. So here's the thing I think that people have to realize. For folks to say, well, you know, it's unfortunate that you really can't speak what's on your mind now, and cancel culture has run amok and no one can say anything. You can say what you want to say. You really can. But what you also need to be willing to accept is the outcome or the ramifications of what you've said. That's the thing. So the notion, if this is what people are thinking that have issues with cancel culture, the notion is, if the notion is that I can say what I want to say and there should be no ramifications or there should be no negative effect from me expressing myself, is a dream. That's just not the way it works. Maybe we would like for it to be the case that we can say what we want to say without any kind of negative results being imparted to us as a result of it, but that's not the way that it works. And we see this effectively with Gina. We've seen it with other folks as well. The bottom line is this: if you're willing to say it, then you need to be willing to deal with the consequences that come as a result of it. There is no such thing as effective immunity, and you can just say what you want to say. The real world doesn't work like that. Maybe conceptually, maybe, but actually, functionally, nah, it doesn't work like that. And Gina has felt the wrath of that. And everybody should recognize that. Actors especially. What makes you think as an actor and you are tied to these production houses? These folks are putting you in movies. These directors are casting you or what have you. What makes you think that you can say whatever you want to say and them not care about how that impacts them? They're always going to care about it because for them it's about how the public views them, because that in turn leads to dollars or lack of dollars. And if you are going to do something for them, you cannot say what you want to say. That's the bottom line. So my thought is that it was inappropriate for Gina to share what she shared. She should not have shared it, and she reaped the consequences of what she shared. But I want to know what you think about that. I want to know if you think that I'm being too harsh. I want to know if you think, hey, Al, listen, that's ridiculous. Why can't I say what I want to say? And why should I suffer the effects of me just sharing my own thoughts? Maybe you feel that way. Maybe you feel that these production companies and things like that shouldn't care who says what. As long as the actor or actress is bringing them value, as long as we enjoy their performances, they're putting out good stuff for us to watch, that's all we should care about. Who cares what they say in their personal life? And there's some people that feel that way. And that's fair too. I guess my whole point of what's happened with Gina is that we all have to realize that words have consequences. And it's naive and crazy to think that it doesn't. It's naive and crazy to think that we can just say what we want to say. And if you put something out on social media, I assume that you want people to hear it. Social media. That's why you said it. So she shouldn't have said what she said. She's getting blowback from it. She's reaping the repercussions of what she said. I want to know if you think that should have happened or it shouldn't have happened. How do you feel about that? And for those of you all who think that we really should be able to say what we want to say, do you think that should be the case and there really shouldn't be any repercussions about that? To me, that doesn't make any sense. That's just not how things work. And I feel like people who say that would like to apply that rule to them in their own free speech, but when things like that happen with other people and those comments are directed towards them, or those comments as a result cause some kind of harm to others, then we are a little more apprehensive about allowing people to say what they want to say because it's causing harm. So maybe you have an argument for that. Maybe you think, oh, you can't say what you want to say if it's going to cause harm to others. Maybe that's your argument. I don't know. I want to know what you guys think about what happened with Gina. Are you okay with it? Are you not okay with it? Let me know in the comments below. I just jumped on, like I said, you guys, to speak my piece about this. There are other folks that have videos out about it, so I wanted to share my thoughts on it. I didn't have time to set everything up. You guys see I started, had the lights on, but I was like, you know what? Hop on, just speak to the dark side and share my piece about it. Let me know what you guys think about it below. I will say that I'm sad, though. Let me leave you with this. I will say that I'm really sad to see Gina go because I think she was fantastic as Kara in The Mandalorian. I know there was talks of her doing a spinoff as well. I would have loved to have seen that. I'm a fan of Gina as an actress. I like the stuff that she's been in. She's not an Academy Award winner, of course, but I like her as an actress. I loved her as a mixed martial artist as well. Do not agree with a lot of the views that she has politically, but hey, that's where it's free for us to do so. I also want to say that I don't think that she should be slammed and drugged through the mud and people being vile in response to what she said, because that's not an appropriate response either. She can say what she wants to say. You can say what you want to say. We just got to live with the outcome of what we say. That's all I'm saying. See you guys on the next video. Love you as always. Peace.